You are now.
Good morning. My name is Rosalind McVicker, and I'm the Regional Director General for CBSA here in the Pacific Region. I'm very pleased to be here today and to welcome all of you to this morning's event. Today we celebrate important milestones for two of our local points of entry, the Pacific Highway Crossing, of course, and the Aldergrove Port, where we are currently gathered. We are incredibly pleased to be joined by the Honorable Stephen Blaney, Minister of Public Safety and Emergency Preparedness. Minister Blaney, welcome, and thank you for taking time out of your very, very busy schedule to be with us. I would also like to welcome our other honored guests and partners, without whom we would not be able to accomplish these achievements. Our first speaker this morning is MP Mark Warwa, who in 2011 was elected for his fourth term as the Member of Parliament for Langley. He was the Parliamentary Secretary to 4 different Ministers of the Environment from 2006 to 2011. In 2011, he was appointed to the position of Chair of the Standing Committee of Environment and Sustainable Development for Canada, overseeing Canada's environmental committee work, studies and legislative reviews. He continues to be consulted on environmental issues today. In 2013, MP Warwa was appointed to be on the Standing Committee on Industry, Science and Technology and the Standing Joint Committee of the Library of Parliament. He is also very busy with important bilateral relationships. He is the chair of the Canada-Mexico Parliamentary Group, treasurer of the Canada-Ukraine Parliamentary Group, and director for the Canada-Taiwan, Canada-Korea, and Canada-Israeli Parliamentary Groups. Mark is a very busy man. Welcome. I'll turn the floor over to you.
Thank you, Rosalind. It's wonderful to be here. Bonjour. Merci. It was 3 weeks ago that I announced to my colleagues in Ottawa, while it was all white, that in beautiful Langley, British Columbia, the flowers were blooming, lawns were being cut, to which I received some boos. But I'm thrilled that Minister Blaney has come out to see actually beautiful Langley. Welcome. I also want to acknowledge the presence of Langley City Mayor Ted Schaefer. We also have Mayor Jack Froese with the Township of Langley. Councillors Bev Dornan, Grant Ward, Bob Long, and Steve Ferguson. We also have from the Chamber of Commerce in Langley, very active chamber, Christine Simpson, our president, and the executive director, Lynn Whitehouse. And we have from the BC Truckers Association, Louise Yacco. Now, the reason why I acknowledge these people is they have been actively involved with this border crossing and making sure that we use it to its full potential for the last 7 or 8 years. And so it's been an incredible journey, and I want to thank each of you for everything that you did to make this happen today. As the CBSA's Director General, Rosalind McVicker already mentioned, I've had the great honor of serving and representing the wonderful people of Langley as a Member of Parliament since 2004. Since undertaking that important role, I've had many opportunities to learn about the significance of travel and trade in this region. It is a source of jobs, growth, creating economic opportunities, and helping to strengthen the competitiveness of Canadian business. Indeed, travel and trade are vital to the economy and for it to prosper. The Aldergrove Port of Entry, with its strategic location in the Cascade Gateways, plays a critical role in the economic vitality of our region, welcoming travelers and traders daily while safeguarding Canada's safety and security. In my role as the Member of Parliament for Langley, I'm committed to advancing all measures which have the potential to positively impact trade and the economy in this region. Today's announcement will serve as a significant investment in our local economy and was brought about through the participation of many at the federal, provincial, and municipal levels, as well as throughout the long-standing public and private partnerships on both sides of the border. I think it was, we had the Chamber from Bellingham, we had Congressman Rick Larson up here. It's been a 7 or 8 wonderful years of working together. I'm proud to participate and offer my full support in all efforts to positively impact the growth of the Pacific Highway District and the Cascade Gateway. Improvements to infrastructure and efficiencies in border clearance procedures foster growth in the region. I'm pleased to be here today to offer firsthand the plans which will help shape the future of this region to the benefit of local business community, the travelers, citizens of Canada, and the United States. Consequently, it gives me great pleasure to welcome and introduce my good friend, the Minister of Public Safety and Emergency Preparedness, the Honorable Stephen Blaney. And he is my good friend. We met in 2000. He was elected in 2006. We've worked together on many committees, and he very quickly rose to as cream of the crop, rose to his position, and he's done an incredible job. Probably one of the best ministers in cabinet, and thank you for being here, Minister. The Minister of Public Safety is responsible for the public safety portfolio, which includes the Canadian Border Services Agency, known as CBSA. The CBSA works to maintain the efficient flow of people and goods across the border while protecting the safety and security of Canadians. This is a large and important mandate, one that is made possible by the participation of many partners on both sides of the border. I'm pleased to participate in such worthy endeavors which impact all of us. I look forward with great interest to your remarks, Minister Blaney, regarding the government's plans for Aldergrove and the Pacific Highways District. Please join me in offering a warm Langley welcome to Minister Stephen Blaney.
I'll give you a hug. Eh?
No.
No hug today. Thank you. Merci beaucoup, Mark. Thank you, Mark. And if that can make you feel happy, I still have my winter tires, and we got 2 inches of snow yesterday in Lévis in front of Quebec City. So it's great to be here today. I feel like being on a day at a beach here in beautiful Langley. And I want to thank Rosalind McBar for welcoming us with his great team. I had the chance and privilege to meet just over the last course of the hour. And it's just great to hear those trucks going back and forth the border. So this is a sign our economy is going well. But before I start, I just want to say how pleased I am to be in your riding, Mark, and Diane as well. It's great to be here. You know how I cherish our relationship. Since the very beginning, I had the privilege to sit in the House of Commons on the Environment Committee, and we're very proud of what we have accomplished together, Mark. Our country is currently reducing its greenhouse gas effect. It's the first time it's happening in our history, and we're committed to sustainable development, and we've been places together. So, Mark, once again, I can't tell you how happy and privileged I am to be here. And you know, I come from Quebec, and in 1967, we had a great exposition. You remember exposition, the Terre des Hommes, you know, south of Montreal. And there was those great buildings. And frankly, this morning, when I visited this facility, I somehow had the feeling it was kind of the same era type of building. So it's just great. It's just great to know that it has served well, but it is now time to move on. To meet with the growing demand of exchange of goods and traffic between United States and Canada. So distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here today in Aldergrove, in beautiful Langley, to make 2 important announcements concerning 2 vital ports of entry in this region. So first, I am pleased to announce that exposition 67 has lived, and it's now time to move on. So I'm glad, thanks to the work of Mark and the whole community, the BC Truck Association, the local mayor, the CBSA. It's a great teamwork today. That is an accomplishment. And Mark, I'm pleased to announce that our government has awarded a $17.7 million contract to improve and enhance the infrastructure here at the Aldergrove Port of Entry. So take a good look at the building behind you, because in 18 months from here, it will be gone. This investment will include additional primary inspection lanes, a larger traveler processing facility, and a commercial examination warehouse. Yes, this new facility is expected to be completed in early 2016, so it's less than 18 months from here. Once completed, this port of entry will feature 2 new commercial lanes and with 5 new travelers lanes, with the ability to expand to 8 in the future. And Roselyne, I was told by your team with a lot of enthusiasm, you were proud. This is here where the Lexus lane has started, and this is where you want traffic to grow. The awarding of a $17.7 million contract will ensure that trade and travel will continue to flow through this important gateway from years to come. It is an example of our government's ongoing commitment to the safety and prosperity of our country by maintaining a border that is open to legitimate trade and travel, but closed to criminals, terrorists, and other threats. In fact, over the last 5 years, over $65 million have been invested to expand and modernize ports of entry in the Cascade Gateway region, or the Pacific border region. So once again, I just want to commend the great work of the Border Service Officer. It's great to be here this morning. I just saw the state-of-the-art technology here that is used at the Port of Vancouver to be as sophisticated as are the needs today to face the strategy of organized crime. Actually, maybe it's something you know very well for you, but I just learned that a tunnel was digged not so far away from here. So it tells of how important it is to be sophisticated and to invest and to track those individuals who are trying to fool our system and attack our very basic and core values. And this is also important, as you know, since an agreement was signed between Prime Minister Harper and Barack Obama with the Beyond the Border initiative. So that's part of this older initiative to make our border efficient, safer, good for commerce, but as I've just mentioned, stopping the terrorists and the threats and organized crime. So secondly, I also have another announcement. It is to announce that we officially opened a new Nexus lane at the Pacific Highway crossing, which is not far from here, creating another vital conduit between the community and Blaine, Washington. So that's the second announcement of the day. There are now 3 lanes for Nexus at the Pacific Highway crossing port of entry in operation from 7 a.m. until midnight, 7 days a week. Alors, essentiellement, il s'agit de 2 annonces ce matin. Une première qui vise à annoncer de nouvelles installations ici seront mises en place à Aldergrove. Également l'ajout d'une ligne de Nexus à la Pacific Highway crossing. Our investment at Aldergrove and the opening of a new Nexus lane at the Pacific Highway strengthen the CBSA's ability to provide vital border services and demonstrate the government's commitment to the safety, security, and prosperity of Canadians. Well, today Canada has the strongest job record in the developed world, creating almost 1.1 million jobs since the recession. We're making the investments to protect Canadians and create new jobs while laying the foundation for future growth. We have one of the smallest deficits in the industrialized world, and we are on track for a balanced budget next year, thanks to our great and former Finance Minister, Jim Flaherty. So with that in mind, I just want to thank you for being here this morning. This is really happening. There's change ongoing here, and I want also to thank the presence of our fellow Americans who are here as well. We'll be able to provide a border that is efficient, that is working, that is a state-of-the-art here in Aldergrove, in the wonderful riding of beautiful Langley. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Blaney. We really appreciate you being here and being part of this very, very special day for us here in the region. So thank you so much for your comments. I just want to take a moment and thank all those familiar faces that are here in the crowd supporting us today, because we've spent quite a bit of time getting to know each other, and it's been a real exercise in collaboration, and I really want to emphasize that. It's really been a partnership amongst states and provinces, amongst border US CBP and CBSA, to the many municipalities, to all of you today. We just really appreciate that, and we're so pleased to see so many of you here with us. So thank you so much. I just want to conclude the formal part of our speaking program today. The minister is now available for a brief media opportunity. I think maybe we may first take a, no, okay, we're just going to go straight into the media portion. So I'll turn it over to Brene Bolton, our communications.
Thank you very much, Madam McVicker. So members of the press, you'll see behind you there's a microphone. You'll each get one question and a follow-up question, and we'll certainly do that. And then guests, after that, we'll have a photo opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. I loved your questions.
If you have any questions, Mr. Jay-Z was over here. You can arrange to have a discussion with him. We're going to get this podium moved up and ask our guests to come forward for a photo op. One moment.